Okay, is this live? Let's see. In order to see if this is live, I will have to check probably. This time, I'm going to be a bit smarter and pull it up on my phone. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. If not, it's probably your fault, not mine. Yep. Because I am infallible. Here we go. Hello? Ah, and it is audible. Cool. Copy that. I'm just gonna... Some family members wanted me to send them a link to the stream, so I'm just gonna quickly do that before we get started. Also, I should probably put that away. And that. And also that. And that's not the thing we're working on. There we go. This is what I'm going to be working on. This is a character for a D&D session I will be partaking in tomorrow. To create this, I first got a model off of Hero Forge, and then I slowly separate the shading into a bunch of shapes, or I guess blobs of color, and that's kind of that. I try to minimize the number of colors. Some of this I had to do manually, or not manually, but I had to like modify it. For example, the coat in the original thing is too thick, so I had to kind of trim it down. Also, this card is something I made myself. Yeah. So the idea of the character, the idea of the character is that there was another player who decided he wanted to do Magic the Gathering, but in D&D, or a character who was an enthusiast of Magic the Gathering, but in D&D. So then I'm kind of an asshole and was like, you know what? Why don't I make like a Seto Kaiba character to go along with that? So this is Kato Seba, and I kind of already explained it. He is Seto Kaiba, but in a D&D setting for a Magic the Gathering game instead of Yu-Gi-Oh! I love Yu-Gi-Oh! In an upcoming video, I'll talk a little about one of the game, like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum for the PS2. When I'm done editing that, it should hopefully come out next Friday. And yeah, well, specifically, I like the original Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, with the Yami, Yugi, Taya, Gardner, Joey, Wheeler, Tristan, Taylor, Seto Kaiba, Mokubo Kaiba, and my favorite character is obviously Maximilian Pegasus, just Yu-Gi boy, you know, that whole like shtick. But I'm not really able to play a Maximilian Pegasus character well, and also I don't think it would make sense as a PC to be playing Maximilian Pegasus. That's really more of like, that's more like a boss that the DM would create, if they're even doing that. This campaign isn't even like in that kind of a setting. It is medieval, obviously. So yeah, it's like just a, I think it's a dungeon crawl, right? We're going into a dungeon to find treasures. So the idea for this is that Kato Seba has a brother, Mobaku Seta, who has gone missing, and so sorry, my brain is kind of dying because it's kind of a dumb idea, I'll admit. But Kato has decided that the only way to find his brother is to find the most powerful magical artifact he can. and that's what he's doing. He's looking for powerful magical artifacts on his quest to save his brother Mobaku. Um, and that's what I'll be working on. If I have time, I have gotten some feedback for this. As you can kind of see, there's some significant differences, and I might work more on this. This is the thing I was working on last time I did an Ert video. Um, and yeah, until then, I first want to finish this. Also, my sweet poodle is here. He's Mushu. He's a little toy poodle. And he loves to do art, obviously, yes. He's very helpful, isn't that right? Aww. Very cute boy. I think he's a little tired. He had a very busy day of being cute. Just turn this off for a second so I can see what I need to. Okay, so pretty much what I have finished is all points of skin, white fur, the gem, and silver. What I have what I have halfway accomplished is black cloth, specifically in pants and boots. Well, not boots, shoes, boots, whatever. So what I have left other than that is dragon, who, by the way, and I think this is amazing, because it's Magic the Gathering slash Seto Kaiba, I'm calling it the blue-white ice dragon instead of blue eyes white dragon. It is stupid, I know, but I love it. So shut up. Yeah. I kind of wanted to give him a crazy look. That's why his eyes are all weird, is because he's like, prepare to face my unstoppable beast! Ha 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 ha! Like, you know, that whole over-the-top anime Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of, thing. And yeah, I made him a half-elf. Instead of being Kaiba Corp, he's part of the Seba family. It's instead of like just we are a massive company. It's we are the noble family, since I think that's probably the closest equivalent you'll get in a proper medieval setting. And I know it's medieval fantasy, but whatever. Anyways, the things I have left to do. The blue leather, the blue metal. I need to finish, obviously, black cloth parts. And the pages need to be done. Blue cloth up here. And the wood of the crossbow. That's what I have left. As last time, if you have any comments, I will occasionally check live stream. Oh, here we go. Here is Tanya Hammond. Thank you. And Sachigoli. Sachigoli? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but no, never mind. I definitely pronounced that right. It's you who mispronounced it. Never question me. Sachigoli, it's vibes. Thank you. Let's see, what should I start with? I don't know if I finished that sentence. Diffie I will occasionally check this to see if anyone has any advice or suggestions, I guess. But, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with this so far. I think first I want to start doing the blue metal portions. So what I just do is I take polygonal lasso tool, take the color I want, plop it down, except not on that layer. You just create a couple layers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That should be enough. And it's kind of a boring process, but I really like how it turns out. Just looks so good. And yeah, I can kind of cheat here since I've already gotten that part finished. In fact, I might as well save some time by going all the way around here, doing this. Try and get as much of the color done as possible. And because all that other color is already down, I can go, and this is a layer below that, I can just kind of cheat by, well, you already saw, I'm going underneath that color that's already down. Now, I don't know if these will look like tigers like they're supposed to afterwards, but I'm hoping they will retain that kind of appearance, although I'm not entirely confident that they will maintain that. Because you can convey a lot with random shapes. Well, not random shapes, but you can convey a lot with just shapes, but sometimes important details can be lost. So, it's kind of a part of trying to decide what details you want to keep and what details you want to lose. If I go out and look at the card again, this was built, the dragon on the card is built after the exact same model as this dragon right here. And yeah, I kept all the important detail, and it's just this is even less than shapes in some instances. Like the eye, that's just 4 pixels. No, the eye itself, actually, I think it's only 3 pixels. No, 2. I can't even tell. But the idea of what it is still apparent. So that's just goes to show you don't need a lot of detail to convey an idea, as long as you're conveying the right details. And that's kind of the goal of how I do art, is determining which of these details are the important ones to convey. Or I guess not which of these details, but like how much of these details are the important ones to convey. And yeah, here we go. Another one's eye. Once I finish putting down this specific color, I'm going to zoom back out just to kind of see how it looks with the whole piece all together. I was debating keeping them or not, because, I mean, it's Kato Seba. He obviously uses a blue-white dragon tribal deck, dragon tribal control deck, but I don't know, something about these looked really nice, so I decided to just kind of keep them for now and decide later if I still wanted them. Personally, I think they look really good, so I'm probably going to keep them. Yep. Another thing that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure I don't run out of things to say. So obviously, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask, and once I go check that comments area out again, if there's anyone who's still there, I will get to the questions. And plop. And I actually think I want to put this up here too. It's not exactly the color that's there, but I want to exaggerate those points. Plop. To help convey shape. Those are not the only blue metals though. The buttons on these areas. Oh, I just realized I also still have to do the fingernails on that hand. Oh well. Maybe I'll do that next, because I don't want to put that off too long. And again, I'm going to try and get as many of the points that are close together that are the same color all at once that I can, because it does save quite a bit of time, usually. There we go. More buttons over here. Let's see. Right around here, I think. And for the other button, right there. There we go. Plop. Buttons down here. Button. Who's got the button? This one doesn't really have any, but I'm gonna add some to the button anyways, again, to convey the idea of the shape. Although it does kind of get lost in the black of the other metal. But, oh well. Obviously, it's in a more heavily shaded area, so color being lost is normal anyways. It still makes sense. It is what you might call logical. This is actually the metal, so I'm actually gonna... Yeah, okay, so that's book. This is not book. Okay, and there are some areas like this where it looks like the book and something else will clip over one another. So I kind of have to make a decision about which thing I want to go in front of what. I'm gonna have the book go in front of the dagger, so there will be a little bit more depth. Here we go. No, should not have done that as one thing. It's not a big problem, it just means that I might have to do cleaning up before I plop down the color. But that's not always the case, so it might be fine. Then I can just go there. Okay, that looks good to me. And plop. Going down. Here's a thing where the only reason it's like that is because the model, this is supposed to be a model that can be used to create like a 3D thing. So this whole bit isn't really supposed to be there. I'm pretty much going to ignore that. I'm probably going to have to put in some of the white fabric colors in there to accommodate that. Right now, I'm just going to focus on the things that are a bit more important, which is, again, just conveying those more specific details that really relate to the item being drawn. Not drawn, I guess. I don't know what to call it when you do digital art, because you're not drawing. If you know what to call that, let me know. Because I just don't. Here we go, not the next blue metal thing. Here we go. And you'd be surprised how, like, you might see I took several clicks to get there, but you'd be surprised just how different, like, a fraction of a angle can actually make, like how different that can actually look. And yeah, here we go. Plop, 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 plop. Here we, this area again, it's not as dark as the color I'm putting down, but I think that it will look better using this darker color. Here we go. The character in question, Kato, is going to be a warlock. The idea being he made a deal with powerful beings to become the most powerful duelist, which is pretty different from Seto Kaiba's thing, where it's just he made himself the most powerful being rather than getting stuff from other people. But this doesn't have to be exactly like Seto Kaiba. It's just inspired by the idea of Seto Kaiba. And yeah. Kato Seba. Or Kato Seba. I have to like get used to saying that. Kato Seba. I think it's a fun character. Oh, I missed a button. This button doesn't really have any particularly dark area on it. And I think that's the last of the blue metal. So I'm going to zoom out. Going to combine that with my finched layer, or layers, and turn off the frame of reference, the reference thing. Okay, already I can see lions where over here. Like, look at that. That already has done a lot to add the idea of lions there. Yeah, I'm not great at freehand art. But I am trying to get better. When I did these Pokemon ones, I did actually freehand them. But obviously, if you're working off frame of reference, it's always gonna turn out better. Just matter of fact. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick look at any comments. Sorry, I didn't know I meant okay. Sure, I will, yeah, I'll send you a pic later. I'm sorry you had to go, but, I understand. Probably you have, like, something to do. And, yes, this is my artwork, Tom Rockler. Okay. Back to working on a piece. Next layer down. Should turn reference layer back on. And let's see, what's the next, I guess the next darkest color. No, I did say I was going to do the fingernails next because I don't like having holes there every time I turn that off. But I already have the colors, some of the colors over here. So I'm going to collect that. Over here, the darkest area of the fingernails. Become this. I'll try and get all of them all at once. If I can. It's not going to be very nice to me. It looks like it's having trouble. Oh well. Let's see then. Yeah, I think I'll be able to get these three right now. This finger is another example where there was overlap between two things. It was the finger and this metal. And as you can see, there's one between the finger and the leather of the book. Okay. And there we go. Plop. If you hear people in the background, again, I'm sorry about that. They are family members. I think they'll be going soon, but no promises. And I probably shouldn't be too mean. They are actually watching because I asked them to, and it's very nice of them. So thank you all for that. And here we go. And plop. going over here, the next... Oh, I only separated them into 3 colors? Okay, I will hope that that will be fine. I don't think it will be, actually. So I'm gonna actually add more of that previous color to them. Let's see, here we go. Plop, 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 plop. And this finger's probably fine. Nah. I want to fix it up so it looks better. For some reason I thought I was using 4 colors and not 3, but oh well. Here we go. And there we go. Last finger. Sorry if you're not super excited by this process of drawing fingers. Not drawing, but you know what I mean. Like I said before, it's kind of a slow process when you do it this way, but it looks amazing, I think. That's not the color I want. There we go. Combine those, or merge, or whatever. Okay. Before I draw the next thing, I'm gonna pick the next color. Actually, I'm gonna go for the highlight now, because there's not as much highlight. This finger has highlight, so I'm gonna go here, plop, and this finger's a bit of a highlight. Let's see if it looks, it's not too bad. This finger has a bit of a highlight. Plop. I keep seeing fingers. These nails have a bit of a highlight, is what I mean to say. Okay. Merge. And actually, I will draw this one out before I get the paint bucket and get the new color, because this is the easiest one where I just go for the whole thing. And the reason this works is, again, I'm working on a lower layer, so it doesn't really matter as long as the layers above it are already covered where I don't want it to be. So I get to be a little bit lazy. Here we go. Okay. Plop. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Plop. That's also not what I wanted, actually. I forgot to grab the final color. And finally, plop. There we go. It looks a little bit bright. I might actually want to change it up a bit. There, that looks a bit better. Merge those layers. So that's what I mean when I say I want to minimize the color palette, but sometimes you kind of have to in order to maintain a more natural look. Let's see without the reference. Yeah, they don't really stand out too much. So, and that's really the goal, is to make sure that nothing stands out as being out of place. You might want to draw attention to certain things, obviously like the gem on his like arm bracer thing, but that's because those are special details. But you don't want them to look out of place. So I would want that to look like a legitimate gem. And I think it does. I especially think that all the metal bits look like legitimate metal, which is something that I am very happy that it turned out that way. But yeah, I'm gonna check the comments again. Oh, I'm sorry if I'm hard to hear. I'm yeah, I have no excuse for that. Uh, Hello, Ember178. Happy to see you here. And for Susan Dupree, what are you creating? I am creating a character for D&D tomorrow, and if I have time, I will be working on this, which is the thing I was working on last time. This is the logo for Indulge, uh, which is going to be a bath bomb making company. But right now, uh, I was originally going to work on that, but it was suggested by family that I finish this, and they said they liked this one more. It was just better look. They just like how this looks more, so they figured I should probably open with this and work on the other one later on in the stream. So I took that to heart. Um, this character is Kato Seba, who is a medieval fantasy setting version of Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! But instead of playing a medieval fantasy version of Yu-Gi-Oh! They're playing a medieval fantasy version of Magic the Gathering. So it's kind of stupid, complex, but I love it. Uh, Instead of playing Blue Eyes White Dragon, this card is the because it's Magic the Gathering. It's blue white, meaning the color of mana that you'd use to summon it. Ice Dragon. So yeah, stupid, I know, but it's so funny. Um, and that's what I'm working on. Let's see. Right now, I want to get back into the blue metal. I think I can probably do this with just 3 colors. So that's going to be what I try to do. Just 3 colors. If I can. It is possible I'll have to pick a 4th color. I'm sorry, when I said 3, I meant 3 more, not 3 total. But yeah, I think that that's gonna be what it takes. I might, so either a total of 4 colors or a total of 5 colors. I don't foresee this taking more than that, though, to convey the idea here. Here we go. And there we go. Much more, I like it when the colors are more connected like this, because it means I can do more of it all at once. That's just nice to see. I am oversimplifying certain colors. Again, that's just to kind of exaggerate certain details. But for the most part, it's just picking the average color and then simplifying it from there. But you might see me group this color with that color when it might not make a lot of sense to do so. That would be why. Let's see, I want to go with this angle and do that. Yeah, that's how that'll work. Then I just want to go here, and I can finish it off there. The next color. Did I pick the next color yet? I don't think I did. Yeah, not yet. And plop. Oh, keep doing that on the wrong there. Plop. Oh yeah, I like how that looks for sure. Now I'm gonna look at. take a step back again, remove the base layer, take another look at it later after I'm done with the rest of the blue metals. But I can tell that I'm really gonna like how these lines turn out. They're already pretty damn good. Yep. No, wait. Here we go. My voice did a little bit of a crack there. Well. Yeah. Actually, if anyone else has any other Yu-Gi-Oh puns that I can kind of do that. Like, I was trying to think of like a good thing for Dark Magician. Like, the, uh, the closest I think I could think of is like, instead of making a Dark Magician deck, they would make a black, mage tribal deck. Um, maybe there'd be a card that's like shadowy sorcerer, but I don't know. I feel like there's more that could be done with that. I just couldn't really think of it myself. I could have done a little more. Plop that here. Just want to get this. And that last one seems like a bit of a different color. Plop. Okay. Zoom out. And where's the next? Oh, I completely missed some blue metal altogether. Shoot. Well, better late than ever, I guess. I'll probably simplify these even more since they're not very important details, but also because, well, I missed them and I kind of want to get back to doing the other things. That looks weird. Wait, that go? That was weird. For some reason, I thought that went over the whole thing. Let's zoom in a bit. Plop, 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 plop. Over here. And that's that. Plop. Another thing you have to consider sometimes is, because I actually did choose the specific colors of this model. I was thinking, obviously I based them off of Set of Kaiba, but I couldn't create his exact outfit, obviously. So I wanted to think about how the different colors play together. Obviously, I want to do white and blue, for obvious reasons. But I had to think, like, what kinds of blue. Because there's multiple blue metals, but only one of them looked good, I would say, when used in this way. Well, not that it was the only one that looked good, but this is the one that I feel like looked the most like what I want out of it. So, I guess you would call that color composition. I'm guessing most people probably already know what that is, and I'm just wasting my time talking about it, but I don't know, I think it's interesting. Also, there's another thing I'm going to bring up in my next video is the fact that, well, in the next video I'm going to be talking about how I'm going to look for a PS2 emulator that I could use to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum, because although I have Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum and a PS2, what I don't have is the means of recording them. Uh, I actually did get that. So if you guys would at all be interested, I don't think it's a game that lends itself very well to like a let's play, but I love the game so much that I'd be willing to at least try, but only if that's something that people cared enough to actually tell me that they would want to see it. Otherwise, what would be the point? I did not want to do that yet, actually, because I had to go one layer down. There we go. Finally, we got these guys over here. So yeah, if you'd like to see that, let me know in the comments. Uh, Otherwise, I don't know. Tell me you hate me. um, Also, just out of curiosity, how many people actually liked, or how many people actually are also fans of the original Yu-Gi-Oh? Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I know I love it, but I also know that I like Pokemon, and that's probably a thing that more people are familiar with. Yeah. So I'd just be curious, how many people who somehow wind up with this in their suggested videos feed, who also clicked on it and are now trapped here, are actually interested in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because that would be a good thing to know. Okay. And plop, blop, blurp, blip, blip, blip. Sorry if I start descending into madness and making random sounds. That happens when I get really focused sometimes. Yeah. Bloop, blop, blip. I'll also be when I get to that point, I'm also a bit more easily entertained, but whatever. It's really a good thing, I think, because who doesn't want to be entertained? Are you not entertained? Yep. That's that. Yeah, I don't like how it gets to the point where you can see those white lines around each pixel, but there's nothing I can do about it without going to a higher resolution, which I don't really want to do. So I will just have to live with it. You know what I just realized? I forgot that I wanted to put music up for while I did this. Okay, after I finish with this, I will look up music. Again, if anyone's still watching, maybe I'll look at the comments first to decide what to play. Do try to keep in mind copyright, but I don't really care since I'm not making any money off of this. So, you know, whatever. But long term, I think it's probably better if I try to avoid copywritten material. But then again, like I said, I'm making money, so I'll probably just play whatever I want to play. Yep. Finally, we got this gem over here. I like watching people like Drawfee and stuff who are much better artists than me. But, you know, they're always nice. The way they talk really encourages people to try out art and stuff. I guess this is my recommendation to go watch them instead. But, yeah. They also seem like generally nice people. Then again, who knows? Maybe they're deceiving everyone. Especially me. Of course, I'm never wrong, so that couldn't possibly be the case. But I digress. I think I want to go around here and kind of have that be a thing. Yeah. Here we go. Kind of coming together nicely. And plop. We just have Kniff and belt buckle left for the blue metal. Here we go. Kniff comes forced. And I guess I should give out one more reminder. I'm going to be checking the comments after each, like, layer of color gets put down, because I feel like that's a pretty good frequency of checking. And you can't stop me, so yeah. Here we go. I mentioned this before in an earlier video, but one of the things I want to do is see how long, if I start becoming successful, I want to see how long I can respond to all of the comments. Because one of the things I feel like is always just saddening is when that's something that a YouTuber can no longer keep up with. It's understandable, obviously, like, they get so much, but, you know, I'm just curious how long that actually takes. Now, I'm not an art channel per se, but one of the other things that I had brought up in an earlier video, that's something that some art channels do, is say that I would like see some art submissions, I guess, from people who are watching. However, I don't want it to be anything related to my channel, because I think there's a lot of really small channels who I would really love to see get their own cool ass art. So if you just like find a random I'm sorry, I should really get something to drink. If you can find like a random channel and like with no views at all other than mine and create something for that and send that to me, I would love to see that. I think that's such a cool idea. Yep. There's some channels that I could think of, but I don't think they're small anymore. They were small last I checked, but that was like 300 years ago, I believe? Maybe 400? Who knows? It's hard to keep track of time, especially these days. But yeah. Again, I think I brought them up in an earlier video. It's Toxic Time Waster. Love that guy. Unfortunately, his content tends to make me tired when I watch it, which I hate because I love watching his videos. I feel like they're just really good. But something about that voice, I don't know. But yeah, when I brought up back in then, I think it was the same video as when I was asking for art. He had this series called Fire and Ice. And God, his Ice World, the amount of stuff that happened to the guy, this story that built up around him, despite no real effort being put in on that by Toxic Time Waster to make that story happen. It's just really cool, and I really wish I had someone had made something uh, like some kind of image of that, because I'm gonna change my mind. I want to have all of this be simplified, because I would have loved to see just something like that, but I wasn't gonna do it because wasn't wasn't super confident in my art abilities. Still am not, because I just I haven't really done a lot of art, but whatever. Um, I might reconsider, but I feel like it's just been too long. The time for inspiration has passed, which is kind of sad, but you know, it's kind of on me. But I still think it'd be kind of cool to see someone do something with that. So, yeah, if you ever felt that way about a small channel, do it. Send it to me. That way you don't have excuse. Because I didn't have someone to tell me to do it. I just had myself going, well, I don't really think I can do it, but I would like to see someone do it. If I had someone to say, to tell me that I should do it, I might have done it. But, never got that. Yep. One of the reasons I like doing art this way is it helps me with maintaining proportions, which is really where I struggle most with doing art. When I try and draw the same character multiple times, usually, they will never look like they're the same character. Each new drawing of them will look like a different character altogether. Which, I don't know why that is, but whatever. The real reason that's a problem is because for a time I had wanted to try and do comics, but if you're going to do comics, you want the character to at least be recognizable, I feel. But I never could do that. So, I just didn't. Here we go with that. Let's go here. Oh, before I forget, I want to, well, first things first, let's take a look. Yeah, that's even more defined. Glad I noticed those. Ones are kind of hard to see, but that's fine. Blade is shaping up pretty well. Belt buckle, look at that. Really well defined already. Okay. Should I put... I might want to consider putting something around there just for detail stuff. I wanted to put the straps, the famous Seto like boot straps that go on forever, but it didn't look right when I tried. It's not even an option in Hero Forge, but I had done just quick lines to see how it looked. I didn't really like it for a medieval fantasy setting, so I opted not to do that. And yeah, let's look at the comments again. I should probably have the comments off on the side, but I think it's too late. Okay. Looks awesome, thank you. It's not stupid, it's developed, and that makes it more fun. Thank you. And yes, I did take, I mentioned, you probably weren't here for it, but I was saying, to do this, I first created them in Hero Forge, and yeah. It seems like giving volume to the figure, but do you ever use colors symbolically? Do white and blue stand for anything? Okay, so, sometimes when making a character, I will choose the colors symbolically. Usually it's a color palette that I myself would like to wear. This is not that at all. This is white and blue. I like dark colors like black, and if I have any accents at all, usually I don't, but if I do, I'd probably like to wear purple. I don't think I ever wear any accents, actually. But yeah, I like black and maybe purple. So this is not something like at all an aesthetic that I wear on a day to day. This outfit is based entirely on me looking at the outfit worn by Seto Kaiba and me looking at different looks for medieval fantasy settings and saying, how would this look if it were over here? And kind of building off of that. Seto Kaiba wears pretty much just white and black. But I liked the blue accents because it kind of references the Blue Eyes White Dragon that he famously uses. And that's that. But also I experiment with the various versions of that color. Like I think I went through like a good 6 or 7 different colors of blue for the book, or for each part of the book. This is actually 3 different things of blue. One for that, one for this area, one for this back area, and then one for all these detail areas. Yep. Let's see. Using the white and blue stones for the mana. Yeah, and also the mana used in Magic the Gathering. So it's it is multi-purposed. Later to see how it all kind of. Okay, well, when you do come back, Harmony Hammond, hopefully, it'll be pretty close to done. Yeah. Okay. And, alright, music. That's what I wanted to do. No one has made any requests, I don't think. So, how about, okay, I have an idea. This is a song that I really like, and it goes back to, like I've said, my favorite character from... That's not how I spell that. This might not even be how I spell it. My favorite character from Yu-Gi-Oh! He technically has 2 fight. I think you fight him twice in Capsule Monster Coliseum. So there'll be 2 different songs. But I'm looking for the latter one. Let's see. I don't want to play through. This looks like it might be what I want. No, it's definitely not. Shoot. Coliseum soundtrack. This might get me. Ah, God, why is it that it's so hard to find such specific things? I think it's Imperfect Paradise. Imperfect Paradise. Yu-Gi-Oh! Soundtrack. Here we go. I don't know how loud that is. I'm gonna try putting it down here. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone just so I can actually see how loud that is, because I don't know. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone just so I can actually You know what? I like it. I think this is a good volume. Maybe a little bit louder. Let me know what you think about the volume of the sound, and I will try and adjust it accordingly. Okay. Oh god, I love the music for this game. Okay, what should okay, next layer of color for these lions. Or for the metal, but starting with the lions. Let's do the highlights next. I feel like highlights. And there's a lot fewer of them, but it'll make it easier because they are in the middle of other things of color. It'll make it easier to put down those other colors later. That's why I would do them now. There we go. Plop. Got kind of a large thing right here of highlight. Plop. Plop. And plop. I gotta stop relying on random sounds. Yeah, I have a tendency to do that kind of a lot. I have a tendency to do that kind of a lot. So I'm gonna take another drink of water. I guess I've been talking for a while. Wow, let that be a lesson. Don't breathe while you drink. That's bad. It is not a time saver. It is a death taker. Or life taker. I don't know. Trying to say something clever. Too busy dying. Yeah. God, that hurts. Oh, song ended. I'm surprised the next one hasn't auto-started playing. I don't know what the next one's gonna be. Probably something else from Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monster Coliseum for the PlayStation 2. Some of you might wonder why I say the full thing every time. It's really just that I think it's funny. That's literally it. But, yeah, that's that. So yeah, like I said before, there's very little to do with that highlight, but because of... ah, shoot. There's more to do than I thought. But because it's generally in the middle of other color, by doing it now I can make it easier to do the other colors later. It's generally better to work from the outside color and work inwards than it is to go from the inside color. No. Than it is to take the inside color and work outwards than it is to take the outside color and work inwards. For exactly that reason. Jeez, I'm sorry. I'm still, like, dying after breathing in water. Yeah, definitely dying here. Whew. Oh well. Oh well. I'm just dying, no big deal. Okay, and let's see. Not too much of a difference that's noticeable right now. Obviously, it's really light, so it kind of blends into that background. But it's gonna look. It's a detail that'll really add a lot later once the other colors are put in. I'm sorry that I keep coughing. Whew. I just can't stop. I've got an addiction. I'm addicted to coughing. I'm addicted to the Pokemon coughing. Stupid joke, I know, but funny. Next color will be the second to last, I think. It's an in between that highlight and let me actually redraw this. The next layer of shading. So there we go for that. And here we go. Well, yeah, might be a bit of an oversimplification here. It's going to be a bit harder to determine when I should and when I shouldn't do the next thing in some instances. I'll put that there. This is pretty much mostly that. Plop that there. Mostly that. I think I'm just gonna go around over to here. There, there, here, there. Nice. This ear's a little weird. Okay. Do that. This. Sorry again about this kind of underwhelming commentary. I'm gonna do this just in case I see something like that. And finally, plop. Okay, like that. Okay. Over here we got that. We have. That's kind of hard to decide. Here. There we go for that. Here we go for this. I apologize for having lackluster commentary, but I do nothing to fix it. Oh well. It's fine. Oh well. Not really a problem. There we go. Over here, do I have anything that might... Yeah, I think this one. Here we go. We'll just have all of this one's next layer be that. This doesn't... One over here doesn't really need... Except maybe like right here I might put that color. Because it just looks like that's where that would go. Here, I'm going to cut it off there and there. And I think here. That looks about right. Over here it seems to cut off there before anything. Okay. Let's look down here. The buttons. Button, who's got the button? I don't know why I say that. It's a dumb, but I like it. It's funny. Plop, 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 plop. There we go. Yep, 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 yep. Plop. Just a few more bits, and I should have it. I'm kind of trying to hurry because I really want this to be done by, well, I guess I would say by tomorrow, but that means I have to finish it tonight, so by tonight is how I'm gonna put it. So I am kind of in a rush. But, you know, if you rush too much, you're just gonna wind up with art that you're not satisfied with, so be American, not Russian. And by that I mean you have to be just a little bit slow. Sorry, it's one of my dumb jokes. If you're American, you're just a little bit slow. So no Russian. Here we go. There we go. So I'm gonna treat this shaded area of metal as though it was the same as this shaded area of metal. That's part of that simplification. It's because it's more important that I convey the idea that it is shaded than it is that I convey what specific shading it is. The specific shading doesn't actually convey much information for telling me what it is I'm looking at. Because the exact shading can actually change a lot depending on if you have extra light sources, what color those light sources are, and from what direction. So I think a lot of people will get really caught up in picking the exact perfect color, not really realizing that having the exact perfect color is not really a thing that ever happens naturally. So by having the exact perfect color, you kind of tend to get a little bit of a less natural look. And yeah, that's my input on that. Clearly a professional. Here we go. And plop. I think that's all for that particular shading. So let's merge the layer. Let's turn off background, and let's take a look at how much that added. So the belt, not quite yet. I think the next layer is gonna really tie together and finish up the belt. The dagger is looking pretty good, I think. Buttons, they're definitely a lot more filled out, but again, for some of them, I think it's not gonna really look right until that last layer is put in. Up there, it's definitely looking a lot better. And the two lion heads, I'm gonna say it again, I really like how they look and how they're turning out. So this is my favorite part of doing this style because it's just the easiest when I could go make a big old blob or box around the whole thing and just go blop. That's it. Those lions now finished. I'm gonna now go over here. Sometimes you still have to worry about edges, but if you don't, then why would you? No need to worry about things you don't need to worry about. You can quote me on that, even though it's stupid. Well, I guess it's not really stupid. I think it's a pretty intelligent quote, but even though it's very, very poorly worded. Okay. Blup, 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 blup. Blup, blup, blup. And plop. Here we go. Look at that. I keep saying look at that, but obviously anyone watching this video is looking at that, or else they wouldn't be, you know, watching the video. Oh well. I don't need to sound smart. 'Cause I know I'm smart. Too smart for you, mortal. I mean, other people. Not that I'm immortal or anything. That would be crazy. I don't even know why you would think that. Heh heh heh. And plop. Oh shoot! Did I forget the do the blade with that last? No, I didn't. That was okay. Yeah, I remember now. Yeesh. There. Can't always tell where I put stuff down, so I tried to err on the side of caution. There we go. And here we go. Down here. I'm gonna have to clean this up a bit. And just to be safe, I'll do it like that. Okay. Plop. Yeah, I like that. And this button's gonna be a bit hard, obviously, because I can't really be too loose with it. I have to make sure I follow it closely because I haven't done the leather around it yet. But I think it's gonna work out just okay. Here we go. And now, bow, 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 bow. Plop. There we go. I think that's all blue metal. Wait, did I do the ones up there? Did I miss them? Take a quick peek. I did! Every time! Jesus. I don't know why I forget these bits up here. Something about them is just so forgettable. Well, except I did these ones, so somehow I just missed, like, I think I only missed the one, actually. So now, I want to merge those layers and turn off that. See how much that tied in those bits? Metal buttons, metal bit, metal button, metal button, metal button, metal button. The tigers look fan-fucking-tastic. These metal bits look fabulous-tastic. I don't know. Don't really want to repeat the same thing too often. Yeah, everything looks amazing, and I'm happy about that. What's this? Oh, those are the boots. Just merge those now. What's layer 1? I think this was where I was keeping colors. Yeah. Sweet. Let's check the comments again. Let's also set that up again. Can I? Oh no. I think that just goes to the next one. Oh, next one is also amazing, Sacred Suits. That is, if it's the one that I think it is. But that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go back over here. Oh. Sorry I had to go, Ember Hunter 78. But you can make it. Hopefully you can make it next time, or if there is next time. Again, this isn't a set thing. But, you know, I'm glad you were here. Have a good time. Yeah. So that's that. I think right now it's just me, but I'll still talk, because who knows, maybe people will watch it later, after the fact. I don't know. How should I work on Nox? I think I wanna trim him off. I don't know why I have so much difficulty deciding the order to do things, because ultimately I don't think it matters that much. But it's like, I don't know, I feel like there is something to, or some level of importance to the order that you do things in. I think it's purely psychological though. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe like it's the most important thing that you do everything in a very specific order. You know what? I haven't done anything for the dragon. Let me get like a little bit of dragon in here. Technically, I could also say that this is the baby dragon, which is another Yu-Gi-Oh reference. Baby dragon! Control Shift, new layer. I'll just create 3 layers for now. Oh, what the heck? There we go. Let's see, I'm just gonna do a few bits. Let's do this darker color here. Where else do I see this color? I see it at the mouth, following this bit of a curve. There we go. Look at that. I think dragons are cool, but honestly, I think that dragons are. I guess it's really more that it's baby dragons. Like, I like cute things. So the idea of a big, like, probably could have made like a giant ass dragons go behind Kato Seba, but I just wanted to give him a baby dragon because, you know, I'm a sucker for cute things. Oh, and I just realized I have this on the wrong setting. Sorry. I got that going on. There we go. Now then. So got that. Around the eye. Okay, so this is the first half of Sacred Streets, or the first portion of Sacred Streets. Sacred Streets actually has another part of this song that is the part I actually like. This part is, well, it's not that I don't like this part, but the other part gives me like a warm Christmas vibes, you know? And that's really what I'm looking forward to with this particular song. I keep saying song, and I don't like that. It's the music, not the song. Song would be words. That's actually, okay, so that's something that bothers me a lot, is when people call music songs, even though I sometimes do it. That's besides the point. I don't like when I do it either. Because the song is the words. That's why they're called song lyrics. It's music. So, but at the same time, saying, like, if you say, what's your favorite music, I feel like people assume that you're asking them what their favorite music genre is. But if your favorite music as in a specific piece, doesn't have any words, what are you supposed to... What would be the question for that? I don't know. So it's one of the many things that I'm probably overthinking, but... I don't know, I just... Yeah. If anyone has a better phrase for that, let me know. I would be happy, very happy, to have literally anything else that I could say, because, yeah. And I'll scroll down just a little bit. Yeah, I think I have to do this. Simplify this area a little in the process, but probably should have simplified more over there. Too late. It's impossible to fix it, so it's like that forever. Nah. I'm just trying to find like the colors that I can put down that will convey the idea of Baby Dragon being there, rather than, you know, doing all of the colors, which I could also do, but I feel like if I try and do it all at once, I just kind of I lose steam too quickly if I try doing it that way. So I have to break it up into chunks like this. And I find that that really does help. It does wonders for my work ethic. Because I am inherently a rather lazy person. But it's just because you're lazy doesn't mean you can't do things. It just means that in order to do things, you have to find motivation. Or find ways of maintaining motivation, rather. Well, in this instance, maintain motivation. Sometimes it is finding motivation at all, but that's a whole nother thing altogether. Okay. Plop, plop. Doop, doop, doop. And plop. I think that's the last one. No. Yeah, like, yeah. Sorry, my brain is still kind of deep fried. That's kind of my default state of being nowadays. Oh, I love this song. So this is the music from the warehouse level in which you fight Tristan Taylor, who a lot of people don't think Tristan actually has like a proper Yu-Gi-Oh deck. He does actually use a deck in the anime. When he's fighting that ex-employee of Kaiba Corp. I'm having trouble remembering what he actually uses in the deck. I know he uses... God, what is it? How do you pronounce it? I know he uses Steel Scorpion, but there's another one I think he uses... it's like Koreka Kamau or something. It's in Japanese. I don't speak Japanese. I'm not going to pretend to speak Japanese. But... yeah. He doesn't really get a lot of the cards he actually uses. In fact, he only gets 3 cards in Capsule Monster Coliseum. which are those two and Petite Worm, I think. Petite Worm is not a card he ever used, but they had to give him a low tier card because he's one of the early opponents in the game. Zoom out. But yeah. Let's combine this with Finched, and let's check out how the... Oh, look at that. You can already see that how much that has done to kind of show what's there. I love that so much. Like how much you can convey with so few shapes. It's so cool, I think. Let's see. No new comments. It's been an hour and a half. I think I'm going to end it in 15 minutes. I don't think I'll be able to finish it I'll be able to finish it today. I'm kind of running out of steam, and my water bottle's empty, but yeah, so yeah, it's the sad thing where this is kind of a long, drawn-out way of doing anything. It leads to fabulous results, as you can see, but God, it takes a lot of energy to do things in this way. Even if it does look really nice. If I could streamline this process at all, I would like to. Because, again, I'm lazy. Doing things an easy way is always optimal. I'm having difficulty making out where I should put these lines here. Just doing this wood next. Here we go. Just gonna... I think that's right. Also, okay, so it did not play the music from the Tea Garden stage that I actually liked. Or not that I actually liked, but that I actually wanted to hear. That's a shame. Maybe it'll pop on. Maybe it'll pop up before the time's up. If not, oh well. If so, then that'll be cool. But yeah. Ah, shoot. I'm gonna quickly remove this bit from there. One of the things I had wanted to do was make Kaito do the weird hand thing that Seto does, though, because Seto does this weird thing where he contorts his hand in a very unnatural way. But I couldn't really... Unfortunately, Hero Forge doesn't really let you like position the individual fingers. Again, understandable, but oh well. I actually think I prefer having it come out the way it did, but yeah, because I feel like this conveys more. Makes it more of its own separate character and not just a Kaiba clone. Even so, that is something I would like to see Hero Forge do in the future. So Hero Forge, if you're listening, because obviously you're going to be listening to this, what else are you going to be doing? This being a completely random, very small channel on YouTube, which has millions of channels that are pretty much identical to this one. So why would you be watching anything else? But if you're watching this, that is my one piece of input. Like, you have all these different hand positions, and that's cool, but I feel like there's only like 2 or 3 of them that are actually usable. Actually, no, if you're gonna make it look like you're holding a weapon that can't normally be held in 2 hands, or if you're trying to do a position that 2-handed weapons don't normally have, that would up it from like 2 or 3 to maybe like 7. But even then, like, it's just, you know, pause it. Some things I feel like I should point out. If I noticed there's hair here, I got rid of it in this bit. I actually had done all the hair and then I removed it because I just prefer it having the hair be within the confines of the collar. Let's see, anything else? I guess I've lost the steam for doing the art, but I feel like I should still talk about it. So this gold color is roughly the color you'll see on most current multicolored Magic the Gathering decks. Blue, white, and colorless. Colorless would have a number on it. These I just have symbols. That would be the cost. So this would be at least an 8 cost card. I just figured if it's supposed to be like Blue Eyes White Dragon, it would be an expensive card. I just put random symbols instead of words. Initially, I was planning on looking at the Davic language. Actually, let me show you what the Davic language actually looks like. With a smaller font, preferably. Because Davic looks cool, and this is the unofficial, like, Dwarvish, you know, like, letters. But I was thinking, I don't really think my character would be collecting Dwarvish, cards, but he's also an upper class half-elf character, so probably be Elvish, and I don't really know what font to use for that. So I just did a bunch of syllables thinking, you know, no one's really gonna be able to see it anyways. So, yeah. We just remove some yes. Yep. I decided to give him this crown thing because it looks good. I liked how it looks having something up there, which is normally not the case. Normally I like to have the characters without anything around the neck or head, but I don't know, something about it just kind of made him look a little bit more noble or something like that. Yeah. That's all I can really think of. If anyone's still here, this is your last chance. I can see no one's here. Okay, I was gonna say this would be your last chance to comment. Let's see, this video is now an hour 38. I said I was gonna go at an hour 45. No one's here, I'm tired, I'm kind of running out of things to talk about. So, I think I'm gonna call it. Sorry I didn't really get a finish. I had wanted to work a bit more on this, but again, running out of steam. So hopefully I'll see you all next time. Thanks to all the people who showed up. That would be, or all the people who commented in the live chat. That'd be Tanya Hammond, Sachi Goli, Tom Rockler, Susan Dupree, Emperor Hunter 78, Harmony Hammond, and no one else, but you know. Anyone who happens to pick this up and watch, thank you for watching this. I'm probably not going to edit it at all, so it's going to be another over an hour and a half video. I really don't want to have too many of those, but what can you do? Thank you though. I guess, let's see, what's the thing? Oh, it's up here. Thanks and goodbye.